Have you ever felt that spark of chemistry with someone but couldn't tell if they felt it too? You analyze every interaction, hanging on their every word and gesture, desperately searching for a sign they desire you the same way. The uncertainty can drive you insane, troubling your mind until you finally get an answer one way or the other. Well, I'm here to let you in on a secret. Your crush's body is continuously leaking clues about their intimate desires, whether they realize it or not. Pay close attention, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to decode the unspoken language of attraction. We've all been there, catching someone's eye across the room and feeling an electrifying jolt of energy. But then the doubts creep in. Was that lingering look actually flirtatious or just a coincidence? Did they subconsciously play with their hair because they're interested, or were they just fidgeting? Let's look into the 10 intimate body language clues that prove your crush wants you just as badly. 1. Eye gaze and pupil dilation. The eyes are the windows to the soul, or in this case, to unbridled lust. When someone feels a surge of attraction, their pupils will automatically dilate or widen, allowing more light and more of your irresistible visage to enter. This is an unconscious response triggered by the brain's attraction circuitry. Similarly, intense, lingering eye contact and frequent glances packed with smoldering desire signal your crush is devouring you with their eyes. They're dreaming about being skin to skin, heart to heart with you. Eye gaze is intimately tied to our primal mating behaviors. Now, you can't just stare unblinkingly waiting for their pupils to transform into backhole-esque voids. That's creepy. But you can absolutely take note when their gaze starts lingering a little longer than what's socially normal, or if their eyes glaze over while staring at you transfixed. Just a few heated moments of locking eyes can set someone's heart racing. 2. Blushing and flushed cheeks. There's just something irresistibly endearing about seeing someone's cheeks flush when you make intense eye contact or flirt shamelessly with them. That rushing warmth to their face reveals a surge of blood flow triggered by arousal pathways firing in the brain. Essentially, their body is accidentally exposing their sexual interest and excitement around you. There's no use trying to hide flushed red cheeks. It's an involuntary reaction giving away their most private thoughts about you. Blushing can manifest in an alluring rosy glow or be more overt with their entire face and neck turning beet red. Either way, this rushing warmth signifies their heart is pounding and their skin is heating up with each suggestive comment or lingering caress of your fingertips. If you make them blush, you can be sure impure thoughts about you are racing through their mind. 3. Lip biting, licking. There's something about watching someone slowly drag their teeth across their lower lip that just screams uncontrolled desire. Lip biting and licking is one of the most overt signals that your presence is driving them wild with lust. Those plump, moist lips will have you imagining them pressed against yours in a passionate lip lock. When someone starts unconsciously chewing or sucking on their lips around you, it stems from the biological urge to self-soothe during a state of arousal. Their mouth is quite literally watering at the thought of ravaging you. You'll notice their tongue peeking out, moistening those soft lips as they drink in your irresistible form. Perhaps they'll let out a breathy sigh or two, unable to control their primal hunger. Lip biting is about as clear a sign as it gets that you're its object of intense craving. Don't be surprised if you get tackled into a hungry makeout session. 4. Exposed vulnerable areas. We're attracted to people who appear fertile, healthy, and able to produce strong offspring. That's why people subconsciously expose areas like the neck, wrists, and, for women, the breasts' cleavage when aroused. These areas are extremely vulnerable, containing major arteries and veins. By instinctively making these regions visible, your crush's ancient hindbrain is saying, "Look, I'm healthy and unafraid to expose my vulnerabilities to you." It's one of the highest forms of trust. You may notice your crush slightly tilting their head to one side, exposing the long veins of the neck, or they may casually dangle their wrists, drawing your eye to the thin skin where radial arteries lie. Women might accidentally reveal more cleavage by adjusting their top or leaning forward. These little actions are screaming, "I feel safe exposing my vital areas to you because I'm attracted to you and may want to mate." Listen to what their body is saying. 5. Smartening gestures. Similarly hardwired are delicate self-touching gestures known as preening, grooming behaviors designed to subconsciously amplify someone's sexual appeal. Ladies might brush stray hairs behind their ear, exposing the glistening skin on their neck. Gents may adjust their tie or smooth the fabric across their chest to draw your eye. You'll see coy gestures like running fingertips lightly across décolletage, adjusting bra straps to amplify cleavage, or adjusting pants to highlight musculature. These aren't consciously seductive moves, but ingrained biological routines to draw focus to pheromone-releasing erogenous zones and boost perceived genetic fitness. If you notice someone repeatedly smoothing areas like their neck, forearm, abdomen, or other seemingly innocuous gestures around you, they're unconsciously amplifying their sexy appeal. Their subconscious is working overtime to make you crave them. 6. Mirroring and synchronized movements. Have you ever noticed yourself subconsciously matching your crush's movements, posture, or gestures? This chameleon-like tendency to subconsciously mirror mannerisms is a telltale sign of your brain's desire to establish rapport and connect. The more someone finds you attractive, the more they'll unconsciously adopt your stance, positioning, and even minute behavioral tics like playing with a necklace or fidgeting with their watch. You may find they briefly pause. Note your actions like smoothing your hair back, then mimic that same movement moments later. Sudden crossed and uncrossed legs to match yours. Synchronized gestures and aligned positioning are all clear signs of profound connection. Their mind is attuned to your behaviors at a primal level because it craves union with you. Mirroring cuts through superficial facades to build subconscious intimacy. 7. Dilated nostrils and deeper breathing. When someone grows aroused, their body's demand for oxygen kicks into overdrive. Every heated glance, every slight touch makes their breathing deepen and quicken to fuel rising desire. You'll notice their chest rising and falling more rapidly, nostrils flaring as they take in substantial drafts of air. Respiration rates can spike up to 60-70% in the throes of serious lust. Try caressing their skin lightly and watch for that sharp inhale as tingles rush downward. Lean in close and you may notice their breath growing ragged as they struggle to remain in control. Shallow panting, quick gasps, and nostrils flaring uncontrollably like a rutting animal. These are your crush's undoing, signaling their internal state of feverish arousal. Their body quite literally craves the air you exhale. Can you feel the electric tension building? 8. Sweating and flushed skin. Along with heavy breathing, another arousal response is an unmistakable glow and dewing of perspiration. The same mechanisms that trigger blood rushing to flush reddened cheeks also activate sweat glands. When your crush's palms start dampening, their skin glistening, and their pulse visibly pounding, well, those are fairly dramatic tells they're fighting overwhelming sexual urges around you. You may notice beads of sweat dotting their forehead, damp hair at the nape of their neck, or glistening across their abdomen and arms. Some people radiate a full-body blush, their normally porcelain skin turning a rosy shade of aroused. That visible glow is piping hot evidence their mind is awash with X-rated fantasies about the two of you. Mop away that perspiration dripping down their back if you be so kind. Their body is burning up, imagining you both in the throes of passion. 9. Fidgeting and restless movement. When someone is utterly captivated yet trying to contain their arousal, you'll notice a flurry of restless fidgeting and small erratic movements. Thumbs twiddling, feet tapping, hands wringing or tugging on clothing. These are all signs their sexual tension is becoming too much to bear. Every fiber of their being wants to leap across the room and ravage you, yet they're fighting to appear aloof. Their body simply can't reveal enough outlets for that pent-up craving. You'll notice frequent shifting of positioning, adjusting their legs and straightening their spine or brushing imaginary lint off their clothes. These are subconscious efforts to burn off rising sexual energy or alleviate tension building between their thighs. Subtle bouncing knees, swinging feet, or finger drumming are your crush's only outlets for desire threatening to explode out of them at any moment. Just watching that restless rhythm can drive an observer insane, imagining how to sate those unfulfilled urges. 10. Playing with hair. One of the most classic signs someone is interested in you is when they start playing with their hair. This seemingly innocuous gesture of twisting strands around their finger or brushing their locks away from their face actually has a deeper meaning. When we're attracted to someone, we subconsciously want to draw attention to the areas that display our health, fertility, and youth. For women especially, shiny, luscious hair is linked to strong genes and vitality. By repeatedly touching their hair, your crush is trying to make you focus on this desirable trait. It draws your eye to frame their face and visualize running your fingers through those silky strands. The frequent hair tossing, scrunching, or twirling accentuates their physical appeal. It's a primal grooming ritual to appear more attractive for their potential mate, you. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.